major bank has just gone down, and a lot of people can't get cash out. They can't get their money out. They can't buy groceries. A lot of people haven't been able to get paid. A lot of employers can't pay their employees. And this is a very, very big problem. And this is why I warn you, you all need to have some cash, okay? You need to have some cash on hand for when things like this happen. Now, this is leading to cash rations at this bank. So we're going to cover all this madness. And just while we're seeing outages increase more and more, there's been forecasts put out there that Australia will be going practically cashless by 2025. So this is absolutely crazy. So this is a major bank in Australia that went down today, ANZ. That's one of the big four banks. And this is having ripple effects across the whole country. So without further ado, everyone, let's get straight into the news, the facts, and the data. So go ahead, look at this. So just type 1 if you can hear me as well, so I can know that this mic's working. So no internet, ANZ, Woolworth, FPOS hit by major outage. So look at this. Let's dive deeper into this report. So ANZ customers took to social media today amid reports users were unable to access the bank online service since about midday. Now, this is crazy, everyone, because at the same time, they've just put out this report. Look at this. Australia to be functionally cashless by 2025. So Australia is rapidly heading toward a cashless society, with one expert predicting physical cash or money will be completely gone by the end of the decade. This is why we still need cash, because these banking systems fail all the time. And wait till I get into deeper in this report. A lot of people are having a lot of big issues by trying to get essential items, and this couldn't happen at a worse time, because this is a long weekend here in Australia, especially with the grand final. People need to get all their essentials for the Barbie, and a lot of people are being left stranded. So it says here, customers also reported being unable to reach the bank. This failed on all levels, not just their online servicing apps and FPOS. They couldn't contact them via their telephone line, with one person saying that everyone is having problems. Now, a spokesperson for the bank confirmed most systems were back online by about 5 p.m., including internet banking, ATMs, and the ANZ app. However, we're still experiencing some instability across our Visa credit card transaction services, as said. So not all systems are back up yet. So he says, we recommend customers use debit card or cash wherever accepted, while our teams continue to work to resolve the issue. Now, big problem with this is I've seen a lot more around Australia. A lot of businesses, or not a lot, but more and more businesses are starting to say they don't accept cash. So what happens in this scenario when the banking apps go down and people can't buy? Well, it's leading to a lot of issues for these people, which we'll read into this report. So the spokesperson said the widespread outage was caused by software issue, which impacted a number of our core systems from 1:37 p.m. So was that the real issue, everyone? What do you think? Or is there other issues at play, like liquidity issues? The issue resulted in multiple internal and customer-facing programs to shutter. Look at this, including bank branch services, debit and credit card transactions. So across the whole board. So Nicole said she was shopping with her card and it was unexpectedly declined, despite there being sufficient funds for her purchase. So this is the last thing you want to deal with when you're buying groceries. So she said she tried to log into the app and it wouldn't load, so she called her husband to see if he could, to no avail. So she said she had to leave her shopping and go to the branch, and were told all systems were down nationwide. So this wasn't just, one minor issue in one area. This was across the whole country. But this is the alarming thing. So this is leading to cash being rationed. So they were only allowing $200 to be withdrawn through the ATM at the moment per customer, and it doesn't help when the shopping total was over that. So that's exactly right. They've had a limit of around $1,000 normally for most banks, but the thing is, they're withdrawing the limit you can withdraw At the same time, everything is becoming more and more expensive. Now, with it being a long weekend, with a lot of banks not reopening till Tuesday, especially here in Victoria, well, $200 for groceries, especially if you've got a big family, might not be enough. Okay, so this is the thing. Prices are going up and they're lowering the amount you can withdraw. So it says here, the outage stirred frustrations among users who labeled the outage on the eve of a long weekend outrageous. That's exactly right. Worst possible timing for this to happen. So customers described being unable to gather supplies for the public holiday, with business account holders also impacted. So ANZ down, I'm locked out of my account, cannot pay rent or payroll. So imagine, I hope, the landlord, that doesn't go on their rental history to say that they paid their rent late. Also, employers can't do their payroll. Employees won't get paid as well. And they went to the branch and they closed because a lot of businesses closed early today because of the long weekend. Even me, I went to go to the chemist today, chemist warehouse, and it was shut. So the young guy said they were all locked out of their own system and unknown when it'll be up and running. So Adam also reported being locked out of his ANZ business account on workers' payday and unable to reach ANZ by phone. So you would have thought if it was something wrong with their banking app or their software that maybe their phone service would work, but no, everything was down. So he says, what am I supposed to tell people? Sorry, I can't pay today. The numbers given also say during working hours, he said. So they're pretty much saying, look, call back during working hours. And that's the last thing you want to deal with, angry employees over a long weekend who want to go out and have a good time. So it's a public holiday on Monday, so people can't get paid until Tuesday. I drive into my local branch, but they're only open until 1 p.m. And not only this, but they're closing more and more branches and they're restricting the times they're opening. And can you imagine what will happen when they go ahead and close more branches? Some towns, some cities won't have any branches at all. And it's going to lead to much bigger issues. So they don't have sense to post something on their website as well. So during a major bank going under, you think they'd post something on their website or post something on Twitter so that way people could know. But no, there was nothing apparently posted on their website. Maybe they've done it now after the fact, but at the time they didn't have anything posted. So Daniel Smith also reported issues with the bank's telephone and online services, saying ANZ is down across the country, it seems. People also got error messages for their online banking bank or app, and call centers can't take calls either. So why can't call centers take calls? That's completely crazy that everything's down. So website Down Detector, which tracks app outages, reported receiving about 8,000 reports about ANZ sometime after 11 a.m. So that's interesting because according to this report, they said it only started from 1 p.m. They said 1:37 there was some software issues, but Down Tracker said there was 8,000 reports by 11 a.m. So that doesn't add up. Now, this is quite funny. At the same time, shoppers at Woolworths stores, so that's pretty much a major grocery, pretty much the biggest grocery grocer here in Australia for all my US viewers that don't know. Some stores in ACT, Victoria, New South Wales reported being unable to accept EFTPOS services. So not only did a major bank go down, but the biggest grocery store in Australia, the biggest supermarket like we call it here in Australia, wasn't accepting EFTPOS payments as well on a long weekend. Worst possible timing ever. So it's quite funny. We temporarily have no EFTPOS due to no internet, cash only, sorry for any inconvenience. Now, again, this is why we can't ban cash. Because look at this. Only people that had cash, cold hard cash, could go ahead and get the essentials they needed for the long weekend. So 7 News reported a national outage was impacting between 20 to 30 stores nationwide, with the cause still being investigated. So this is very weird that ANZ and Woolworths is both experiencing this at the same time. Woolworths spokesperson told 7 that an IT outage was affecting EFTPOS in a small number of stores. Now, stores remained open, with cash still being able to be used. And again, I'll go ahead and move this here. This is why we can't allow this to happen for Australia to go cashless by 2025. So everyone, I urge you, go ahead. If you don't have any cash, always keep at least a few $100s of cash on hand in case of emergencies, in case of things going under, and be very, very wary about keeping all your money in one bank. So what do you think of this, guys? I thought this was very, very important news to share with you all. Keep you updated with what's happening in Australia. Thanks for watching, everyone. You're awesome. I'll see you all in the next video.